How would you like an updated version of the one-page contract that I've been using since 2003? How would you like for me to show you how to fill that contract out for sellers and cash buyers? Also, how would you like for me to show you how to get it signed fast the 2020 way and beyond? Well, stand by. Let's get it.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Hello guys, this is Ty, aka the Flip Man. Now I've done several videos on filling out the one-page contract that I've been using since 2003. In this video, you're going to have access to the updated version that I've had online for a while now through my site, Dealulator.com, but I didn't actually show you how to fill it out for motivated sellers and cash buyers. In this video, I'm going to go into more detail on how to do just that. Now, also, I'm going to show you how to get that contract signed faster without any question in most cases. You got to use technology, guys. Do not allow that to make you hesitant on wanting to actually get a printed out version to put it in someone's hands. Guys, I try to make this stuff easy for you and show you exactly what I do. Simplify the process. Make it easy for everyone, including the seller and possibly the buyer, by simply using technology. And I'm going to show you how to do it all in this video. So enough of me yapping, but before we get into the video, make sure you follow me on Instagram at AskFlipMan. That's AskFlipMan. You can also follow me at the same handle on Twitter and TikTok. Also, if you're here on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications by tapping the little bell so you are alerted whenever I upload new videos like this one and when we go live every Thursday night where we answer your questions about real estate investing. So on to the video. Okay, so we're here at Dealulator.com. And this is where you can access my contract and the actual deal calculator. All you have to do is just select this option here. It'll take you over to the deal calculator. I try to make that easy for you. If you're not familiar with how to use it, there's a video I have out there, free deal calculator, and put Flipman in the search of YouTube, and that video will break that down for you on how to determine if you have a great deal or not. All right, so obviously you can take advantage of the 5-day free trial of Dealulator, aka PropStream, where you can find more deals and build cash buyers list, plus much, much more. All right, but to use my contract and access it, all you have to do is just simply go here to agreement forms and purchase and sales agreement. It'll take you here to this page here. So we're going to get into explaining how this actually works. All right. So this is the same contract that I've been giving away for years. I've been using the actual contract since 2003, but I did make some edits to it to make it a little bit more easier and in your benefit, or to your benefit, to use when dealing with actual sellers and buyers, but definitely with sellers. Okay, now this contract can be used for sellers and buyers. Definitely on the seller side, you always want to use this contract unless a real estate agent is involved. They're not going to use this in most cases. But on the buyer side, most are okay with this contract, but sometimes they may want to use their own agreement. That's fine as long as it doesn't affect your terms with the seller, as long as they line up with the terms that you have in place with the seller. But I'm going to take you to the seller side of filling this particular contract out, and then show you the options you'll have to either just to download it and print it out, and you can put it in the seller's hands if you want to, or you can download to your laptop or PC and save it. And then you can actually sign it online, send it to the seller so they can sign it online if they want, but they still will have the option to just print it out if they want to and sign it and get it back to you however. So so it just depends on what they do. But most people, this is so simple and so easy. If they have email, they will prefer to do it this way. But I'm gonna show you how to do all of that in this particular video. Now, some people say, I want a hard copy, but you can still get the hard copy. You know, they want a hard blank copy. I'm not sure why, because you can fill it out here and print it out. That still gives you the hard copy. So I'm not sure why. This is going to be the only option at this point on. I don't have the only contract out there. I'm just telling you the free contract. I'm just making it simple for you to fill it out here. You can print it out, whatever you want to do with it. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. All right. But I have tons of videos on how to fill it out, but I'll just go through it anyway since we're here. All right. So obviously you'll put whatever date is in there. So we'll just say the 1st January 2020. We'll just put 2020 in here. So the seller, Joe the seller is the person's name on the Social Security number, which I'm not sure why I just didn't take this field out, but anyway, it's here. So you just put NA for not applicable. You don't ever ask for that or whatever. So, and guys, when you're watching this, people say, well, how do you do this or that? Or what do you put here? I'm showing you everything that you put in the blanks that need to be filled out. You'll do this exactly how I do it if you're not sure. Now, if you got your own way you want to do it, that's fine. But if you're asking me, I'm going to tell you it's just like it's in the video. Don't think I'm being smart. It's just like it's in the video here. All right. So assume you're going to put the seller's name and your name in there. But all right. So you, the wholesaler, that's you. All right, the street address, so we'll just say 123 Bread Street, and we'll say Waynesboro Road, Mississippi. All right, and the legal description, we'll do NA because that'll just come out in the title work. The county will be Flippanor County. Of course, you know I'm doing a play on all my stuff. All right, property, personal property included. And just put property sold as is. Really doesn't mean anything. But you want to always put property sold as is. Earnest money. So with the earnest money, over the years, I've gotten away with $10 a lot, sometimes even $1. And you just have to know who you're dealing with. $50 sometimes, maybe even $100. I rarely go over $100, but you just have to know and fill out who you're dealing with. Most people, they don't care about 10, but you're $10 or whatever. But if you're putting a contract on a property for $300,000, then 100 is going to have to go there, and you may have to do even more sometimes. But for the most part, over 90% of my deals, I've never done over $100. So you just have to fill out the seller on that. So for the sake of this, to keep it even numbers, we'll say we'll go with $100, and we'll just say the price of the house is $100,000. So we'll go down here to purchase price, and we'll put in here is $100,000. So right here, you're gonna have to subtract 100, cash the seller at closing, because they get that get the difference of the $100 and the actual price. You would say $99,900, and I've done a video before where I didn't do the math right, so hopefully I got it right this time. $100 plus 99,900 should equal 100,000. All right, now existing loans and liens, you really don't worry about that. So not applicable. New loan to seller, not an issue. You don't worry, even if that exists, you just put NA because it'll all come out in the title work again. Again, I should have removed these fields, but hey, we're here now. And so now you go down to number 2, and you read right here, said earnest money is not refundable. Now it's only refundable, it's not refundable after you exceed the due diligence period. It's not refundable, but you'll get down to that part of it. So the balance due to seller on number 2 here should always match this area here. So I'll just copy it, put it down here. All right, and shall be paid as follows. I just say full payment or whatever. You can put attorney's check or title company's funds or whatever. I just normally just put full payment. That works normally. All right. Now, number 4, explain that here. I used to on the older videos, you would actually type this in, but I just removed one other option and just added this. As far as one of the paragraphs, buyer will pay all closing costs minus any unpaid taxes, mortgages, or liens. And what that simply means is that you're going to pay all closing costs. That's the attorney fees, the title work, all of that, minus any unpaid taxes, mortgages, or liens. Now, this actually overrides number, I think it's number, which one number is it number? I think it overrides property condition closing. One of these it overrides loan interest. Oh, it overrides number 3 is what it does. It overrides number 3. All right, so they'll ask questions about that. It's probably one of the ones that comes up the most, but just let them know number 4 overrides number 3, that you're paying all closing costs. Now, in reality, in most cases, your buyer will end up paying all closing costs, but you have to be negotiable. Say the closing cost is $1,000. Buyer says, I'm not paying that, but you're about to make $12,000. So you're going to allow $1,000 to prevent you from making $11,000 because you subtract $1,000 from $12,000. That leaves $11,000. So I'll just go ahead and pay it all. Or they may say they want you to pay half, so $500. So instead of making $12,000, you'll make $11,500. So just be negotiable and flexible, and if you have opportunity to still make a substantial amount of money. All right, closing date and transfer title. So I try to do anywhere from 30 to 45 days. Some people won't do less than 60 days whenever they put this date here. But part of the reason why they're dealing with you is the speed of how fast you can close. Now, again, I'm not normally going to do less than 30 days. Now, if like holidays are coming up, I always take that in consideration. But that's 30 actual days, not 30 business days, but 30 actual days. So we'll just say 30 days from January 31st. So we'll just say 01/31, just for the sake of this. I like to put a thing here, or you can put January 31st in there, 2020. All right. Okay. So, and then the closing shall be held there. A lot of times you don't know because buyers generally dictate where a property will be closed at. So you'll just put TBD, to be determined, or whatever. You may know where because you still want to put it there, and just explain to them that you deal with several different title companies and closing attorney, depending on the state you live in, and that you'll let them know when it gets close to that time. So the rest of this is pretty much self-explanatory. You can go through it if you want, but normally you're just sending this over to them and they just sign it. So as far as buyer will have X number of days inspection period and has the right to cancel this agreement with written notice to the seller. All right, with the inspection period starts when the last party has signed written notice within the inspection. An inspection period starts when the last party has signed this agreement. So I normally don't do less than 14 days, but ideally you want to do 21 days and then maybe like another 10 or 15 days to close. So that would be a total of actually 9 days left to close according to this or whatever. But if you did out, say we'll just say February 5th, that'll give you another 5 days. So you may have like 10 days to close after that. But normally this time period here is for you to find a buyer. If you don't find a buyer in that time frame, say on the 20th day, you may want to cancel if you're pretty sure you're not going to be able to find a buyer, or go back in and maybe negotiate a lower price with the seller. So you have all of it filled out now. So that was hopefully a very important part of it for most people that have never seen this particular video as far as filling out the contract, and I explained the most important parts of it. All right, so now you'll go to generate your report. Now you don't have to worry about the signatures here because that's going to come later. All right, so you hit generate. Right now you'll see a video here always or whatever, which you can watch it or whatever, it doesn't matter. And so you just scroll down, still have access to start your 5-day free trial if you want to, but you hit download. So now, depending on what browser you're using, if you're using Chrome, what is going to happen is it's going to download here at the bottom, and then you open it, if you're using Google Chrome. But if you're using Microsoft Edge, it's going to do something different as far as how your downloads will appear. And then if you're using Safari on a MacBook, or if you're using Firefox, those are normally the 4 major browsers or whatever. So I can't get into the technical part of it. You can always go to, if you always have a question about something you don't know how to do on a computer, just go to YouTube and do a search and say, how do I locate downloaded documents on Google Chrome? How do I locate downloaded documents from Microsoft Edge, and so on, or Apple, MacBook, or Safari? How do I find downloads there? So that's how you do. So now I have this ready to go. So it's going to be in my downloaded folder. All right. So what I'll do now is go over to DocuSign. All right. So there are a lot of services out there that you can use to do signatures on documents or whatever, but this is the one I'm currently using or whatever, and I recommend that you use. They have a free trial, and I think you could do up to a certain number each month, but this will more than pay for itself. And what this does is nothing else, guys. It just simplifies and makes it easy for everyone to sign in a matter of minutes, in literally, So once I show you, you'll see what I mean. So you go ahead and once you set up an account, you log in. So I'm logged in here. So you go to Start Now, and you'll upload the file. So I just downloaded that, so it's right here. Okay. All right, so then you hit next. Okay. All right. So if they're just only you need to sign it, then boom, that's all you have to do. So what I would do here is put Ty Taylor, put my email address in here. Let me see which one I want to use here. Put my email address in here, and then I know I have another recipient, which would be the seller. That would be Joe the seller. Joe the seller. And then I'll just use my Dealulator email for that. So dealators.com. All right. And so now I have both of them in. Now, if you had another person, like it was 2 sellers or 3 or whatever, then you would have to add that additional person to that by just hitting add receipt. But I don't, so I'll do that now. The way this works is you can set the assigning order, but if you just leave it like this, then he would have to sign first and then you. But you always want to sign first, and then it's going to automatically send you there. So you want to move yourself up to the number 1 position. There, all you got to do is just drag it and move yourself up to the number 1 position. So once you have that set, you have the email addresses in there correct. So now you hit next, and you have to hit keep PDF form data, because it's a fillable. Over here on my contract, it's a fillable PDF, so you have to select that option, and then you hit confirm. So boom, there's the contract. So this is the contract already filled out. All right. Okay. So now what you do is, all you have to do is you're the buyer, so you'll just simply drag contract, drag your signature there. And then you want to add a date, so it'll automatically add the date. And then now you select Joe the seller. All right, and then you drag it here. Boom, drag the date. So boom. All right, so now you're ready. You hit next. So you'll put up here. I normally like to do is agreement for, what was the street name? 123 Bread Street, and maybe the city. What was that? Waynesboro. Mississippi. And then here I'll normally put good morning, or whatever time it is. Good morning, Joe. Please review and sign if you don't have any questions or concerns. And then you may want to put your contact information in there below or whatever. So now you go ahead and hit send. If you're already logged into your account, it's going to ask you, do you want to sign now? So you hit sign now. And then you hit continue. Okay. All right. You hit start. And all you have to do is just click there. Boom. It's signed. See, the date was already placed there. Then you hit finish. And it's just going to automatically send it to them. Right? So there it is. Now it hit a failure there. I don't know what happened, but it's automatically going to send to them. Let me see what I need to correct here, just out of curiosity. Oh, I won't worry about it. Okay, so but anyway, that's how it works. Okay, so once you send over it to them, they'll receive it. It'll open up just like it did for me. It'll say continue. They hit start. They click the button to sign it. Boom. They send it. It automatically sends you an email that says it's completed. And that's pretty much it on how you can speed up the process and get the contract signed. So I went through all of it. Now, one thing while we're here, we'll just go ahead and go back to the dealated form here, and I just want to show you a couple things here for a buyer. Now, you're going to fill everything out whenever you're dealing with a buyer. Say you have a buyer in place, and you want to you're going to use the same agreement. Now, whereas you may have given yourself 30, 45 days, maybe even 60, you're normally only going to give a buyer maybe 10 days to close. Outside of them using hard money, there's really no reason it shouldn't take that long unless there's a title issue or whatever. So assuming you January 1st, you had it in the contract with the seller and you found a buyer on, we'll say January 8th. All right, so we'll just say the 8th of January and 2020. All right, so now it's you, the wholesaler. If I can type. All right, NA still here. All right, and then now Bob, the cash buyer. They say the end buyer, which I don't like that term, but Bob, the cash buyer, on that same street, 123 Bread Street, Waynesboro, Mississippi. All right, legal description, same thing. What county did we say? Flippanard County. All right, personal property, still sell it as is to them also. Now, whereas you only put up $10, $50, maybe $100 in earnest money, and you all have set it on a price. We're going to say you sell it on a price of $120. You're going to ask them for a minimum of $1,000. All right. So now the price down here is $120,000. All right, and so that'll be $119,100. So then same thing here, not applicable. All right, and then again, this should match. All right, and for payment. Okay, down here, you said you're only going to give them to the 18th of January. So 01/18/2020. And so now the title company, whatever, you still put TBD here, even though you may already know. And then the inspection days, if you're only going to give them 10 days, I'm probably only going to give them like 3 days of inspection, that including weekends. So I'm going to only give them that. And so then you hit generate report and you go through the same process. If you're going to send it through DocuSign or whatever, you'll generate your report. So boom. That's how you fill out the one-page updated contract that I've been using since 2003 for motivated sellers and cash buyers. If you want a free copy of that contract, simply tap the link in the description or the comment section of this video if you're on YouTube. But it's all going to lead you back to dealyourlater.com, which you can go directly to the site or just simply Google it. While you're here, again, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tap the little bell to turn on the notifications so you are alerted whenever I go live on YouTube and when I upload new videos just like this one. Also, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at AskFlipMan. I hope this video helps. Thanks, and we will see you on the flip side.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.